Hey, I thought I'd do a quick overview for Wulverblade. I was given this game by the developers. Overall, I think that it does a lot of things great. It definitely pays good respect to the theme and things like that, but I feel like the gameplay is far too stiff. It doesn't feel as responsive as it should. It feels like it has a good foundation for, you know, being a really solid beat 'em up, but it's just missing a lot of core things. Like go ahead and show the moveset here. It's got a lot of cool stuff about the history from this time period as well, so that's kind of cool. So you have a jump attack. The two of the characters can do like they can chain attacks in midair, so you can kind of get a little air combo going. You also have a ground pound as well, but the problem is that the ground pound, you're stuck there, vulnerable forever, and you can't cancel out. There's lots of things you can't cancel into or out of, which makes it feel really stiff. I can't play the game the way I want to because the game just doesn't let you cancel out of things. It's nothing that a patch couldn't fix, but I don't know what the developer's stance on it is. So you have executions when the enemies are knocked down, pretty common stuff. Rage is pretty awesome. You're invincible, and you can pretty much just mash damage. You can just mash the buttons, and you heal your damage back. So I tend to be saving it for the bosses. You have heavy attacks with weapons that you can pick up on sight, which is pretty nice. They have a lot of range. They do damage, and they launch as well. You have a wolf call, which is basically just a smart bomb. If you use it on a boss, it takes off like a good 30% of their health bar. So I haven't seen much of a reason to use it any other time. You can only use it once per level. And you have your Super Joy. It's pretty standard stuff, self-explanatory. It takes health. You can lose your health really quickly in this game. If the enemies gang up on you, you really have to use your Super Joy. It's not like a lot of other beat 'em ups where you get knocked down and put into iframes like really quickly. Here, it takes a long time to get knocked down, so it takes some time to get used to. You really do need to use your Super Joy to avoid damage, otherwise they will take off like half your health bar in like a single combo before you can get on the ground and get some iframes to kind of rearrange yourself. And shield bashing, you can bash the shields. I haven't gotten too good at that yet. Like I said, you can't cancel into it, so I'm not sure why it's designed like that. I hope that I'll be able to convince the developers to let you cancel into the launchers and things like that, because it's definitely the biggest flaw to this game for me. I think it actually looks pretty good. I'm normally not a fan of what they call skeletal animation. I like it to be more pixel art based, but I think they did a pretty good job. It does look pretty fluidly animated. It doesn't look as cheap as a lot of other games that use that style, animation style do. So I'm going to go ahead and play through the first level. So you have 3 characters. Obviously, I'm going to play as the one that is fast and has air combos. Pretty standard fare for me. You also have counters as well. And those seem to do pretty good damage, but I'm not sure if you can actually counter every attack or not. So you have this launcher, but you can't cancel into it. Like, it just doesn't come out. It feels really unresponsive.
More are coming! Please help!
Ariane One's vision had foretold of the invasion, but not of fellow Britons turning on their own. These
like right there, I try to do the ground pound for some variety, and it's just like it's not always practical because you're just stuck on the ground forever. Also, another complaint, when you start running, you cannot change directions at all. You have to completely stop and you can use the sidestep. That feels really awkward too. I like them to make the game more responsive. I think it has good core gameplay elements, but just not being able to cancel into things feels really odd.
Where exactly do you think you're going?
Pretty good example there. You can't rely on iframes in this game. You really have to use your Super Joy. Like, I keep trying to do the launcher, but it just doesn't come out. It doesn't feel as responsive as it should. I hope that maybe they'll change it so that it's like more what I'm expecting, but you never know. Maybe they have a stance for the game where they don't want it to be that responsive, but it just feels off to me. Here's the rage mode, like I was saying. Alright, so there's a little overview of Wulverblade. You can see it has a lot of potential. It just feels so stiff in just some aspects of the gameplay, like not being able to cancel into the uppercut, having a lot of moves where you're just stuck and you can't like block or counter or anything. Like that's what bothers me the most about this game. The gameplay itself is actually not bad. It's not that deep. I think it's pretty decent for modern beat-em-up standards, but just the stiffness of it is what bothers me the most. I'm definitely not going to take this to a high level unless those things are fixed, because it just goes against what I'm used to. Like, you just can't cancel into and out of things as fast or at all in some cases, and it just feels awkward. Apparently they did a pretty big patch for the game, listening to feedback from the Switch version. This was originally a Switch game, and they just ported it to PC and consoles just yesterday. So maybe they will take some more feedback. I don't know how well the game is doing. I'll definitely power through the game, and I'll give them some feedback, and maybe we can make some changes. If they do make any changes, I'll let you guys know. So once again, thanks to Fully Illustrated for this Steam key, and I'll have more gameplay of this later. Peace.